So I thought I would start my first video that I've ever done on YouTube with all the mods that I've done on my Honda ADV160 2026 version. And I'll just start the front. I don't have all the links or anything like that, as it's my first YouTube, but I'll try to talk about where I got them from. But virtually everything on this bike is from Amazon, just because it's easier for me to order that way. So the other thing I've done on the bike, and this is about my 6th or 7th scooter and about my 50th bike, is I hate how all the manufacturers have gone to black matte plastic that looks cheap on a lot of parts that they didn't used to do that. I've repainted this entire bike using Rust-Oleum primer and base coat and then a clear coat, which are really simple to do. You just scuff them up and start painting back and forth and then polishing a little bit with some polishing paste, and it brings it back to a perfect finish. So I'll start at the front, but basically I've done the front fender, which is the black fender. You can see that used to be just black plastic, cheap looking plastic. And then the whole back rear transmission assembly I painted silver to match the bike. And then up this side panel right here is redone. It used to be black plastic. Now it matches the bike. And then the gas cover in the middle I've repainted to match. And then moving around to the other side, the inner fender, the rear inner fender, which is dirty right now, that used to be black plastic and I hated that, so I repainted that. So I'll start at the front with some of the mods that I've done. The first one is the front driving lights, which are off Amazon. They're only about 35 bucks a piece, and it's very simple to mount them. These are mounted such that they mount right on the forks. The wire goes right up underneath, goes underneath using a fish through the gas cap so you can pull it, and then underneath the seat and mounting to the battery with an ADV device, that's what it's called, which just allows you to piggyback another ignition sensitive wire to any of the fuses that are ignition sensitive. And they work perfectly great. You can see them here. So then I did a little bit of carbon fiber up here, but one of the big changes I made was this windshield. This is the stock windshield, but I didn't like it in just clear. You don't need to see through it at all. It's still so small and sporty that you really don't ever look through it. So I wanted to repaint it. Now, you can plastic dip it, which I've done before, but that just creates a matte surface. I wanted a nice glossy finish, which you can see there. And I did that by just painting the underside in a plastic dip, black plastic dip, a couple coats, so that the outside stays shiny. It's worked perfect for over a year now. So new mirrors, but that's just to get you a little wider deal. The seat is basically a new seat off Amazon, about $175. And it had a backrest on it that pushes right up against your butt, but it pushed me too far forward. So I pulled that off, and then I just took a piece of simple leather fix-it tape and cut a piece that looks like it belongs on the seat. No one has ever seen it but me. And then obviously my striping that I've done, which is just to add a little bit of color to the bike. Honda makes their bikes, without striping in at least the US version. So I just put a little red stripe that starts on the side panel and then goes up all the way around the front, underneath, and then comes down the other side. I also moved the insignias from the rear left, under the rear side panel back here, and I moved it to the front right here and then painted them black. I think it looks better there. I put in new floorboards, which are again off Amazon, and they just add a little bit of color and get rid of that cheap black matte deal. This is an RBX muffler from Scooter Schwab Shop. Say that 3 times. And it makes the bike just sound much better. I don't know if it adds any power. I don't care about that. But the other one just takes up a lot of space and just sounds too damn quiet. Like I said, painted the back fender. I need to clean it. The other thing I did is I cut off the rear fender back here because it just sticks down and looks too pedestrian. Just cut it right underneath the license plate. Nobody will ever see the cut. Just sand it down and you're in good shape. Other than that, I put some handlebar extensions on it to just pull the bars back a little bit. I can't really tell any difference, to tell you the truth. And then I have a cover over the ignition switch. I mean, the instrument cluster switch in the middle, really just to clean up the bike a little bit. So that's about it. But between the painting and a lot of the mods that you have to really look for, I think the bike looks really great. So thanks for watching. This is my first video ever, and hopefully I can do more with a lot more equipment. This is just with my iPhone. Thanks for watching.